Hello friends, this is Dave. Welcome back to my YouTube channel Layman's Tech Adda. The main idea behind creating this YouTube channel is to explain technical things in simplest layman terms possible. We all might be from different backgrounds, but there is no rule book which says we cannot have the knowledge of different things in life. Learning is a lifelong process and knowledge is no one's personal property. It should be freely available to all, isn't it? Alright, please do watch my other videos on this same channel, and before we begin today's topic for the video, please do not forget to subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon. If you like my videos, please hit like and share my videos. Alright, today's topic for the video is what is DHCP or Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. We all might be from different streams of job and our domains may vary, but no matter which department we work for, we all might have heard about DHCP for sure. If you have asked a local IT guy or a tech support guy, he might have told you, if you have asked what is DHCP, he might have just told you that it's used for assigning IPs and nothing else. But today we'll see how it actually works, what it does, what are its benefits, etc. So before we begin, let's check the basic definition of DHCP. So DHCP or the Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol is a network management protocol used on the internet protocol networks for automatically assigning the IP addresses and other communication parameters to the devices connected to the network using a client server architecture. So, can we assign IP to the system without the help of DHCP? Yes, we can. If we can assign an IP manually, why do we need it then? So let's say you have a computer and you want to manually assign an IP to the computer. So you can just go to the system network settings, network adapter properties, TCP IP4 properties, and you can assign it manually. Sounds pretty simple, right? But if you have more than one computer or even 100 or 500 computers or even 1,000 computers across the buildings, across the city in various branches. So you might have observed in earlier screenshot on how to assign IPs manually. There you might have seen while assigning IPs, you also have to configure default gateway and DNS, like you can see in this screenshot. There is a section for subnet mask, default gateway, DNS, etc. So which has to be assigned as per the domain you are connecting your system to. Let's check out the basic definition for domain, default gateway and DNS. So domain is nothing but like a secure boundary within the network to control or manage a certain set of computers. or devices. So, if we look at the basic definition, it says that a Windows domain is a form of computer network in which all user accounts, computers, printers, and other security principals are registered with a central database located on one or more clusters of central computers known as domain controllers. So all the authentication takes place on domain controllers. And DHCP, in simple terms, default gateway is nothing but a hardware device that facilitates communication between networks. We need not worry about that information, as this information is provided by the network team or the local IT team. And DNS is used for changing IP to name and name to IP. Example, dreambook.com DNS server will change it to IP. The domain name system is a naming database in which internet domain names are located and translated into Internet Protocol IP addresses. The domain name system maps the name people use to locate a website to the IP address that a computer uses to locate that website. For example, if someone types example.com into a browser, a server behind the scenes maps that name to the corresponding IP address. An IP address is similar to the structure what you can see on the screen. Also, if you want to know what is a domain and why is it required, if you want to know more details on it, I have created a separate video on it. You can go through the link in the description. So managing the IP of tons of systems seems mind-boggling, right? But trust me, it isn't with DHCP at your side. All the local IT team has to do is they have to install the latest Windows server on a machine with good and required configuration for the DHCP server. I hope I'm not getting you into too much technical confusion, as this channel is only for layman understanding on how things work. So I'll not be going into too much details at this point. I'll try to keep it as simple as possible. So you just have to understand that after the installation of the latest server by the local IT, they just have to configure the DHCP role using a server management application which comes inbuilt in all Windows servers. I'm not sure about Linux and Unix, but DHCP pretty much works same way in all environments. Now comes the part where we will try to understand how DHCP is beneficial from the user, network admin, local IT, and organization's perspective. Let's try to understand from users' perspective first. When a new machine or a device is assigned to the user, he need not worry about assigning the IP address, etc. to the system. He can simply connect the network cable to the machine allocated, and since the DHCP server is already configured for his domain by the local IT team, Uh, his system will automatically take the IP without user reaching out to the local IT team, as uh, rest of the things would have been already pre-configured on the systems before allocating to the user. He can move the machine wherever he wants, and it will take the IP automatically again without the manual configuration or without the help of local IT team, since DHCP is already configured for the domain he has connected it to. Which means it will take the new IP every time he moves the system to the new location, provided the IP address is reserved for the machine, or it might take a new IP if rebooted, or network cable is unplugged and plugged in back again. Be more clear, we have two kinds of IP addresses. One is dynamic, which means keeps changing, and static, which means if it's reserved, won't change even if the machine is rebooted or network cable is unplugged, etc. So, regardless of where you move the machine, if the IP is reserved, it won't change. So, next comes the part DORA, or Discover, Offer, Request, Acknowledge. So, this is the part where uh, the actual configuration of the domain takes place, or the configuration of the IP address, or DNS, default gateway, all these things takes place at this stage. So this is the reason, wherever you move the system, it will take the same IP. So you have a DHCP server here, and on the right you can see, let's say if you have multiple devices and you connect it to the network, so DHCP server will discover, or those devices will discover the DHCP server available for their domain. Then next part is the DHCP server offers the IP address or configuration to those devices, and these devices in return request the same, and DHCP server acknowledges it, and that's it. All these devices will get their configuration from IP address, gateway, DNS, everything. So let's check the advantages of DHCP from the local IT, network admin, and organization's perspective. The local IT team, or the network admin team, or who is managing the DHCP, need not worry about managing IP addresses from the available pool. They can be managed centrally from DHCP server alone. In fact, most of the things are automated, where there is no manual intervention needed. Example, when the user changes the location of the machine. DHCP server takes care of the lease time of the IP set by admin, example for 24 hours, renewal of lease time, allocation of IP from unused or part of machines to other systems, etc., is managed by DHCP server automatically without manual intervention. Also, as informed earlier, if the user changes the location of the system, DHCP takes care of the IP, including the reserved ones. Default gateway, DNS allocation, etc. for that machine automatically is taken care without any manual activity involved. So, in return, centralized management of the IPs, gateway, and DNS assignment to the machines helps the organizations to manage multiple domains and networks in an organization effectively. So that's all, folks, for today. As per the name of my channel, I have kept the content of the video simple and as per basic layman understanding. So if you want to give any suggestion for the future videos, I would welcome that. If you like the content of the video, please hit like, hit the bell icon, subscribe, and share. Thank you, friends, for visiting my channel. This is Dave signing off until my next video. Goodbye for now. See you again, friends. Take care.